Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Salem. Tonight our question comes to us from Raven Moonflower. And Raven Moonflower has a question about death and dying. And Raven Moonflower's question is, at what point the spirit leaves the body to enter the afterlife, particularly in situations such as brain death, where the brain has died but the body is still living. And does the spirit remain with the body, or does it go on even before the physical body has died? And my answer to this, like my answer to so many other questions, is I think it's highly individual. I think it depends in part on the individual spirit, the individual personality of that lifetime, and where they wish to be. I do believe that as long as the body is living, the spirit is always attached to it, and sometimes even when it's no longer living. But I also believe that for the most part, when something like brain death has occurred, or when someone is in a coma, or even in situations where a person has lost most of their faculties, I believe that the spirit has in fact gone on into the next life, or begun to go into it. Sometimes the spirit will cross over completely, sometimes only partially, more or less having a foot in each world. And I believe that that is a fairly common thing to happen. In the case of brain death, I think the spirit has completely gone into the afterlife, except for the fact that it is still tied to the body. Not only do we do this in moments of extreme illness such as we're discussing, but people in fact do cross over into the next life all the time when they practice certain kinds of metaphysics. The journey into the spirit world is a very important part of shamanism, of world walking, of many of the disciplines of the metaphysical world. And I believe that people frequently can work with this in a very natural manner, which in turn makes it much easier when the time to cross over completely comes. I believe that our idea that the world of the living and the world of the spirits are so rigidly separated is largely an illusion. And one of the things that I feel that we're seeing in the current generation, and probably the next couple of generations as well as the last couple of generations, so I think that we're seeing the veil between those worlds progressively thinning. And I think there will come a day when there is not much of a separation between the two worlds. So those are some of my thoughts on the matter. I hope you find them interesting, and until next time, may you blessed be. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Salem. Followers of my radio program will notice that I've moved from my old home on Tuesday nights to my new home on Thursday nights at paganstonight.com. Every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Join me as we discuss the witchness of the why, spiritual teachings, the news, matters of interest, and, most of all, questions from our listeners. Join me Thursday nights at paganstonight.com.